Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to Shravanam Diaries podcast. I'm your host Sulalita Devidasi and we are continuing to read Teachings of Lord Caitanya by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Starting chapter 32, Conclusion. The next day, Shriman Ramananda Raya again came to see the Lord in the evening, and there were further discourses on transcendental subject matter. What is the highest standard of education? Lord Caitanya began his inquiry, and Ramananda Raya immediately replied that the highest standard of education is knowledge of the science of Kṛṣṇa. The standard of material education is sense gratification, but the highest standard of spiritual education is knowledge of the science of Kṛṣṇa. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.29.49 states, quote, "That work which pleases the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the highest work, and that science or knowledge which places one in full Kṛṣṇa consciousness is the highest knowledge." Unquote. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj, while instructing his childhood friends at school, stated that hearing of the Lord, chanting about Him, remembering Him, worshipping Him, praying to Him, serving Him, making friends with Him, and offering everything to Him constitute the highest spiritual knowledge. Then Lord Caitanya asked Ramananda Raya, "What is the greatest reputation one can have?" Ramananda immediately replied that a person reputed to be Kṛṣṇa conscious should be considered the most famous man in the world. One who is famous as a Kṛṣṇa conscious man has eternal fame. In the material world, everyone is striving for three things. He wants his name to be perpetuated, he wants his fame to be broadcast all over the world, and he wants some profit from his material activities. But no one knows that all this material fame, name, and profit belong to the temporary material body, and that as soon as the body is finished, all name, fame, and profit are finished also. It is only due to ignorance that everyone is striving after the name, fame, and profit connected with the body. But actually, it is deplorable to become famous on the basis of the body, or to become known as a man of spiritually developed consciousness, without knowing the Supreme Spirit, Vishnu. Real fame belongs to one who attains Kṛṣṇa consciousness in this very life. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.20-21, there are 12 authorities, and they are all famous because they are all great devotees of the Lord. These authorities are Brahma, Narada, Lord Shiva, Manu, Kapila, Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma, Shukadeva Goswami, Bali, Yamaraja, and the Kumaras. These personalities are still remembered because they are all great stalwart devotees of the Lord. In the Garuda Purana, it is said that in the age of Kali, it is very rare to find a famous devotee of the Supreme Lord, a position better than that of such demigods as Brahma and Lord Shiva. Concerning talks between Narada and Pundarika, Yudhishthira said, quote, "He is most famous and can deliver all others who, after many, many lives, many births, comes to understand that he is the servant of Vasudeva." Unquote. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita 7.19, Kṛṣṇa tells Arjuna, "Bahunam janmanam ante gyanavan mam prapadyante Vasudeva sarvam iti samahatma sudurlabha." Quote, "After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare." Unquote. In the Adi Purana, it is said that liberation and transcendental life follow all the devotees of God. In the Brihannaradya Purana, it is stated that even personalities like Brahma and the other demigods do not know the value of a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Garuda Purana points out that out of many thousands of Brahmanas, the one who is expert in performing sacrifices is famous. Out of thousands of such expert Brahmanas, the one who is expert in the knowledge of the Vedanta Sutra is more famous. And out of many, many thousands of such Vedantists, the one who is a devotee of Lord Vishnu is most famous. There are many devotees of Vishnu, and out of them, he who is unflinching in his devotion is most famous and is eligible to enter into the kingdom of God. In Srimad Bhagavatam 3.13.4, it is also stated that there are many famous students of the Vedas, but that one who is always thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart is the best student of all. In the Narayana Vyuhastava prayers, it is said that if the great Brahma is not a devotee of the Lord, he is most insignificant. Whereas, if a microbe is a devotee of the Lord, he is most famous. Lord Chaitanya then asked Ramananda Raya, who possesses the most valuable thing in the world? Ramananda Raya replied that he who has love for Radha Kṛṣṇa possesses the most valuable jewel and the greatest riches. one who is addicted to material sense gratification or material wealth is not really wealthy. When one comes to the spiritual platform of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, he can understand that there are no riches more valuable than love of Radha Krishna. It is recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam that Maharaja Dhruva sought out the Supreme Lord because he wanted to get some land, but that when he finally saw Krishna, he said, "I'm so pleased, I don't want anything." In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also stated that if one takes shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or in other words, is elevated to the supreme state of love of Godhead, he has nothing more to aspire for. Although such devotees can attain whatever they desire from the Lord, they do not ask anything from him. When Lord Caitanya asked Ramananda Raya what is the most painful experience in human society, Ramananda Raya replied that separation from a pure devotee is the most painful experience. In other words, when there is no devotee of the Lord present, there is great suffering in society, and association with other people becomes painful. In Srimad Bhagavatam 3.30.6-7, it is stated that if one is bereft of the association of a pure devotee, tries to become happy through society, friendship, and love, devoid of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, he is to be considered in the most distressed condition. In the Brihad Bhagavatamrita 1.5.54, it is stated that the association of a pure devotee is the most desirable than life itself. It's more desirable than life itself, and that in separation from him, one cannot pass even a second happily. Lord Caitanya then asked Ramananda Raya, out of many so-called liberated souls, who is actually liberated? Ramananda replied that one who is completely saturated with devotional love for Radha and Kṛṣṇa is to be considered the best of all liberated persons. Similarly, it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.14.5 that a devotee of Narayana is so rare that only one can be found among millions and millions of liberated people. Jai. We're going to stop here for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website shravanamdiaries.com, and we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.